Hello everyone, welcome to Jewish Week Online. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. Social justice is embedded in our Jewish DNA. We had the opportunity to speak to Rabbi Uri Weiss, Executive Director of Uri L'Tzdek, about how his organization is transforming our global community. Let's take a closer look. Whenever you think about building an organization, there is excitement, there's challenges, and then there's the point when you realize you've done it and you've now transformed your local and global Jewish community. So tell us, your experience and about your organization.
Great. Uri L'Tzdek is a little over 5 years old. I've been working for Uri L'Tzdek about 4 years, and what I've seen over that time is really a dream become a reality. When we started Uri L'Tzdek, there was a dearth of programming of social justice programming in the Orthodox community. What we've seen is, in the last 4 or 5 years, traveling to cities and college campuses, a real enthusiasm for social justice around the country.
And looking at Sandy and the amount of devastation, and your organization really has stepped up in a big way, and monitoring like the social media feeds and seeing what your organization does. It's impressive because like there's social justice, and then there's that social justice 2.0, which is so important now. So talk a little bit about how this is being done now to help the people of Sandy.
Great. I think Sandy is a great example of the Jewish community and the Orthodox community stepping up. When the hurricane hit, I think we were all taken by surprise about how deeply it impacted the Jewish community in the tri-state area. And right away, Uri L'Tzdek said this is something that we had to be involved with. And Sandy is actually an interesting example because while Sandy is about volunteerism and immediate relief, I think it's also an opportunity to ask some of the larger social justice questions about what is poverty in this country? What is it like to feel poor? How does the city and the state react to a natural disaster like that? How do they allocate relief? And I think those are some of the deeper questions that Hurricane Sandy exposes. But the other point that you mentioned is the current generation is a network generation, and we use social media to connect and identify new opportunities to create justice and fight injustice. And I think so. One thing that has to be remembered is that social media is not an end to itself. Part of what social media is it should lead to action, it should lead to engagement, it should lead to volunteerism, and it should lead to fighting suffering and oppression.
You've done numerous projects. Is there something that you are really proud of?
Yes, for me, one of the things I'm really proud of is the Tav Yosher, or ethical seal for kosher restaurants. We started the Tav because we wanted to change the conversation around kosher food and some of the cases of exploitation and oppression that were endemic in the kosher marketplace. Not just the kosher marketplace. Anytime you have hourly workers, there are cases of exploitation and oppression. And we want to create a new standard, not one which was reactive, but one that was proactive. We want to make sure that everyone, and we still do, that everyone gets paid at least a minimum wage. Everyone who works in the kosher industry gets paid overtime. I think we've really shifted the conversation. Over 85 places currently have Tav Yosher across North America, and we are really interested in creating a new standard. And we think together with the grassroots enthusiasm and support for this initiative around the country, we're doing that.
And having numerous friends who actually are mashgiachs and actually see how much work they put in to ensuring that the kosher establishments are up to par as much as they can, to have that standard is critical. What sort of motivated you to sort of go in that direction?
Well, specifically the Tav Yosher, our ethical seal for kosher restaurants, it was a response to what happened in Iowa 5 years ago, a little more than 4 years ago, in May 12th, 2008, when the largest kosher slaughterhouse was found to have people who were children working at the plant, tens of thousands of illegal payroll deductions. But it's something we've seen time and time again. It's not just, what happened at Rabashkin, it's what happened at other places around the country where there are individuals who are being exploited and oppressed. And we asked the question, how could the food be kosher but not yosher? How can we consume that food? And as I mentioned, what we care about doing is creating a new standard, one in which the Jewish community, the Orthodox community, could become moral exemplars and create really take a leadership role in creating a new vision for the Jewish community.
And you're a Joshua Venture Fellow, and it's one of the more prestigious fellowship in the Jewish community. What motivated you? Obviously, the program is incredible for the financial support and the consulting. And how did it feel when you first got that call saying, or email that you were welcomed in?
Great. I think other members of Uri L'Tzdek feel enormously lucky about and appreciative of the support that we've received from the Jewish community. We were selected to Bikurim to the Bikurim incubator about 5 years ago. Provide us support and consulting. We've been in Slingshot now for 4 straight years, and about 3 years ago, I was selected as a Joshua Venture Fellow. And when I received that call, it was great. It was really amazing. I still remember I think it was a Friday morning right before Pesach in 2010, and to hear Lisa say that I was selected, and that Uri L'Tzdek is a project that they wanted to invest $100,000 in, was a game changer for us and allowed us to expand across the nation, hire additional staff. Now I'm an alumni of the program, but it's a really great cohort and network to be a part of, and it's something that really allowed us to grow. And I think that our growth isn't stopping. I think that Uri L'Tzdek, that Orthodox social justice, is really the next wave for the Jewish community and the Orthodox community.
Where do you see your organization in the next 2 years?
So I see us as just expanding some of our core programs and adding new ones. I see us having satellites and affiliates around the country. It's something we're investing in a lot right now. Providing added value to different organizations around the country, continuing our expansion in Los Angeles, expanding to other major centers of Orthodoxy, and being really a part of the Jewish social justice ecosystem. I believe that the Orthodox voice within that ecosystem is extremely important to both learn from other organizations and other denominations, but also to contribute, the Orthodox voice. I think that we have something very unique to add, and we're really glad to be part of that conversation.
Whenever you start an organization and then you get this funding, there are always some challenges that come up. How have you faced some of those challenges?
I think life is full of challenges, and I think that's a very good question about how do you face them. And I think the way to do it is to be deliberate, is to think things through, is to consult others who have gone through it before, and that's one of the great things about being part of these cohorts. And it's to realize that challenges are challenges, and they're there, and to name them and to accept them, but to also think that they could be overcome, and to really think about how to create solutions.
As you can see, Uri L'Tzdek is an incredible organization that is transforming our local and global Jewish community. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.